I want you to imagine this. Let's say you're a wealthy slave owner. Your slaves farm crops for a store you have in the city. While they're under your care, you're required to house and feed them. Well, for the most part. And let's say that one day, a man from the government comes up to you and says, slavery is now legal. Now what do? You can't just go hire someone from the city because they'll ask for too much and want lazy people things like breaks or whatever. But you have an idea. You'll rent out that same space you had to the slaves for a pretty penny. And get this, they'll even get paid, so now you turn a profit off of the space you rented to the ex-slaves, and they're still doing the work you already had arranged for them. But what's this? The workers are coming together to protest what you pay them, and the hours they have to work just to afford the housing spaces. Alright, fine. It's a simple fix. You'll just pay the hardest worker a couple more bucks so they can now afford the space, and give them a discount in your store. You should start to go around, by the way, and tell that those workers to take pride in this promotion because, they worked hard, and if anyone else is jealous, it's just because they don't have the work ethic that they do. Now, the work ethic in the entire area is going up because they want a chance at getting promotion just like their peers. But suddenly there's another issue. Your workers are now going to the government to have laws set on their pay rate and benefits and working conditions. And you don't need your pesky workers taking more of your precious money. So, you have another idea. You pay some people who know the lawmakers to lobby against that idea. And you tell the others that they should hate the candidate and the other one. While you're doing that, you might as well pay some smart people to make some quick, easy, and addicting food, since your workers want to eat so bad and have a discount at the store. So now, you have some obese workers who believe if they work harder than the next person, that they might get to rise the ranks and maybe get to a status like yours. But what is this now? Your workers are seeing your nice watches, boats, and your ring of politicians on your payroll. And you don't need this to distract them from their work. They just need to work. So you get another idea. Let's pay some engineer and another smart person to make an addicting device. And you're going to call it the guy phone. So now everything should be fine. But it's not. Now your workers are having health issues because of the food that we're bringing out. And you, being as smart as you are, just thought of a solution. You'll pay an even smarter set of people to make drugs so they stop dying mid-harvest from a heart attack. These pills won't come free because you had to do a lot of stuff to make it exist, like pay somebody. So, you'll sell it for whatever number comes up to your head, and let's call it $5,000. So now let's put everything that we've said together. We have a set of people who are in competition with one another over who can work the hardest. After they're finished working and arguing, they go grab some fast food of which that you own and create to make them fat. And due to the complexity of all the processed and pure amalgamation of fats and carbs it is, now they're tired and they go to sleep for the rest of the day. They wake up, they go on their guy phone, and they start to argue and divide themselves about the politicians, of which are both on your payroll. You're going to gain no matter who wins. And on top of that, they're popping your pills that you need them to take. Congratulations, you have just created 21st century America, where it's red versus blue, white versus black, fat versus fit, and man versus chick. Where you can drown your sorrows in existential dread and endless gooning, drugs, AI, and brain rot. But be honest, does that really sound like a world you want to live in, let alone fight for? I'm not sure about you, but I don't. I can't even fathom how millennials or boomers did it before us. But you know what? It's because the system was better for them than it is now. And the crazy part about that is, you could reread this whole script that I'm reading to you, to your grandparents or to your mother, and they're just going to give you the fluoride stare and flex about how you just have to work harder and how cheap their mortgage was. All, mind you, while your grandpa or your parents can't even function without taking the 20 assorted pills, the same pills that your local elected official can't even talk without taking. I'm not even sure if it's worth even bringing up how we got into this point. Simply put, there's no point to make. Context won't justify people needing to work 80-hour work weeks just to have a place to rest their heads and wake up and do it all over again. It's certainly not going to justify the corruption, poverty, or hustle culture that we live in today. And, us Gen Z, we're only feeling the beginning stages of it right now. Soon enough, our children will be feasting on nutrition liquid and bioengineered meat matter, running around town in their weekday only available EVs with their meta brain chips, giving them non-stop doom scrolling and goy ball stats so they can bet their cashless society on. That's why I feel like Gen Z is the last stand. A wealth of us already understand this ongoing issue, but we're all divided by essentially a bunch of nothing. And that's not just Gen Z, that's the entire country. Us modern citizens can't even comprehend the idea of someone having a different opinion from the one that we have. If you like blue, you must hate the existence of red. For the most part, that's what's mainly holding us back. It's the division, or what I like to call the controlled opposition. I already showed you an example of why or how it could exist. Every second we blame the left or the right is every second we don't look at the growing gap of the up and the down. And that's all the ultra wealthy truly want you to do. They don't want you to blame, their CEOs or executives for outsourcing work to other countries or replacing job positions with AI. They want you to blame foreigners. They don't want you to blame them for paying off politicians and rigging elections. But they want you to blame your neighbor for voting for them. They don't want you to blame creating a bunch of food industries that are on every corner and can feed an entire family for the same price of a bundle of bananas, but they want you to blame the person who actually eats the food. I mean, I could go on about how every social issue we have all stems from either the government or a rich group of people, but for the most part, that's all we've ever done is just talk. I believe as a generation, we need to actually do something. We need to stop the division and actually get involved in fixing this mess. I urge every person watching this, 15 through 30, to, get the word out, get fit, get focused, learn trades, learn tasks, learn how to handle on your own, learn how to grow your own food. I'll be teaching that soon, but to the teenagers putting in long hours a week, just ask yourself, what's the end goal? Why am I working these many hours? Is it just to survive? Are you saving up for a product that you more than likely aren't going to need? To the college students, is your end goal just to make better money working under the same person? Some of you may mention how, you have intentions on starting a business later, but, 3 outcomes are likely to happen. Either you'll be bought out because of how good it's doing, you'll either never do it, or it just won't go as big as you hoped, and it'd be easier to just work than to keep putting time and energy into it. The idea of going into debt just to acquire more debt is crazy. You go to college just so you can make enough money to get a loan taken out on a house and a car. I mean, the entire schooling system was literally created by a rich guy. But, to the select few who see this for what it is, I urge you to, join the Discord and help each other grow, There'll be a fitness section, a book section, there's going to be STEM, survival, a funny Matrix call-out section, a whole bunch of that. But, hey, I digress. We all have to go to sleep because we got work in a couple hours, right?